Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another top 10 comic book sold to readers. This is the list that tells you, hey, you know what? This is what people are buying. Not Comic-Con. Comic-Con's a great list, but it tells you what the comic shops are ordering. This is what the people are actually walking out of the stores with. It's from Bleeding Cool, so by all means, take it with a grain of salt. Also, we go on over to Comixology and check out who wins the digital week right after we count down the hard copies. Now, these are the comic book shops that have participated. So by all means, if you're in their area, stop by, say hi, maybe buy something, and don't forget, support your local comic book shop. Now, without further ado, let's get this party started. At number 10, starting off the countdown, is Paper Girls, number 28. In the number 9 spot, we have Amazing Spider-Man, number 20. At number 8 is The Walking Dead, number 191. Number 7 brings us Wolfsbane Death and Uncanny X-Men, number 17. At number 6, we have Savage Avengers, number 1. In the number 5 spot is War of Realms, number 3. At number 4 is Justice League, number 23. Falling all the way to number 3 is The Batman, number 70. And as a runner-up in the number 2 spot is DCeased, number 1. And in the number 1 spot is DC Year of the Villain, number 1. Now, if you go by numbers, it's a tie, 4-4. Marvel and DC with 2 independents, Paper Girls and Walking Dead. However, let's take a look at this. Marvel's 4 is numbers 9, 8, 7, and 6. And DC's 4 is 4, 3, 2, and 1. So while the amount of comic books in the top 10 are the same, I'm just going to give it to position and say that DC has won this hard copy week. But that is what I have to say about this hard copy countdown. Let's find out what the comic book shops are saying about it. DC's Year of the Villain took the first spot for us due to it being for just a quarter. DC's number 1 took second. Walking Dead 191 jumped up to third and sold out before 5:30 on Wednesday. Great cliffhanger. Batman, who used to take the top spot so easily, is bleeding out readership due to such a dragging of the story. It placed in 4th place for us. Deadpool number 12, oddly enough, sold out on Wednesday for us. I have to agree about that Batman story. It has not been all that thrilling. It had one good issue so far as this Nightmare storyline is concerned. Otherwise, let it be over with already. Paper Girls is almost number 1. Wow! DCeased is also picking up. DC came into this week with a heavily loaded slate, and it paid off. Very nearly the entire top half of our list here are DC titles, with Marvel only managing to just crack the number 5 spot with the premiere issue of Savage Avengers. DC had a fair amount of success generating buzz and sales with a high-profile Lost Leader one-shots from 2016's DC Rebirth number 1 and last year's DC Nation 0. This week brought us DC's Year of the Villain, which followed in Nation's footprints with an accessible to everyone 25-cent price point. Unsurprisingly, this was the book we moved the most copies of. And we have people in the industry saying that lowering the price won't help sales at all. People will still just buy what they buy and only what they buy already. It won't improve. Nah, guys, come on. Now you have physical proof, and you have every year for the last, 3 or 4 years now? However, trailing behind Year of the Villain by only a handful of copies sold was premiere of DC's horror-infused miniseries DCeased. Tom Taylor is a rising star in Cape Comics and has plenty of experience writing high-mortality DC comics, and coupled with that, how did they not use it sooner level pun title? How could one resist? Batman would have been number 1 almost any other week, but up against those 2 smash hits, the Cape Crusader is taking a break down in the number 3 spot. I thought the same thing, actually. DCeased. That is a title we should have seen before. The rest of the list consists of some of Marvel's standbys such as Uncanny X-Men and Amazing Spider-Man, as well as their current event book, War of the Realms. DC manages to bookend things with Green Lantern and Super Sons holding down the bottom of the list. Wow, I guess when DC is popular, they're very popular, but when they're not, they don't even appear in the top 20, at least digitally. It was a super strong week for DC, and with a 25-cent price, DC's Year of the Villain #1 was easily cemented as the best-selling comic book of the week. Our Salesfish exclusive Joshua Middleton variant of the book was a huge hit, and I struggled to think of a single customer that didn't pick up a copy when they came in this week. DCeased followed along behind, and a lot of folks were really pleased with their cover options, particularly the It-inspired horror variant. Very cool. A big win for DC #1s aside, I have to mention that Avengers Endgame has had a noticeable impact on foot traffic, and not in a good way. With everyone flocking to theaters to see the film following its release last weekend, some for the second or third time, it's as if Thanos really did snap away half the population, along with $500 million in box office sales. Yikes. And we have to say it again. The age of Michael Keaton sending people to comic book shops because he's Batman is over. It seems like movies have now taken the place of comic books instead of inspiring people to go read comic books. For all the Avengers popularity, it always is interesting how the movie success doesn't exactly translate into comic sales. One has to wonder if there's more that Marvel Studios could do to intertwine the success of both. Take a note from Spider-Verse, for example, which pushed a lot of people through the door due to film's consistent recognition of the source material. It would be great to see something of that nature in the future of MCU, but I reckon for now we'll have to wait and see. But don't hold your breath. DC takes 5 of our top 10 spots this week, Marvel takes 4, and Image takes 1 with Walking Dead. DCeased was a major hit, outselling DC's 25-cent Year of the Villain. Goes to show that even a 2-bit price can't get readers excited if they aren't sold on the storyline. Savage Avengers was Marvel's best-selling book, showing that fans love the idea of Conan crossing over to the Marvelverse in a more significant way. And Walking Dead, well, the news of the final pages of this issue drove sales. The book would have done even better had Image actually told us what was going on so that we could have ordered more, then we wouldn't have had to limit it to 1 copy per customer. Rick Grimes dies, comic readers buy. It's the way it's going to be, you know? I mean, it's, I don't know. I'm still on the, I don't think this is going to happen thing. You know, we see him with a hole in his chest, but why do I have a feeling this isn't the end of it, Rick Grimes? I don't know. Could be. Could be, but we did see Carl come back from the same thing. So I'm waiting for next issue, but damn, that's a bold move if they actually killed Rick Grimes in Walking Dead. And that's my take on what their take on this week's hard copy countdown. That is a hard thing to say. Hard copy countdown. There you go. Anyway, let's go on over to Comixology, the world's largest digital comic book shop, and see who wins the digital week. Is it Marvel, DC, or maybe Image? You never know. At number 10, we have Star Wars 65. In the number 9 slot is Savage Avengers #1, the Director's Cut. At number 8 is Young Justice #5. In the 7 spot is The Green Lantern #7. At number 6, we have Uncanny X-Men #17. The number 5 spot brings us War of Realms #3. At number 4 is Justice League #23. In the number 3 spot is DCeased #1. And in the runner-up position at number 2, Batman #70. And at number 1 is the potential death of Rick Grimes, The Walking Dead #191. DC wins the digital week as well. 5 for DC, 4 for Marvel, but you got to give it up to Image. They did catch the number 1 slot with the potential death of Rick Grimes. But of course, you know I like to stretch it out to the top 20 and see who wins that. And usually Marvel does have a strong hold on that back half, so let's see how it goes. At number 11, we have The Amazing Spider-Man #20. It's now 5-5. At number 12, Paper Girl #28 gives Image its second title in the top 20. At number 13, we have Champions #5, giving Marvel the lead 6-5 over DC. At number 14, Adventures of Super Sons #10 makes it tied up again 6-6. At number 15, we have Deathstroke #43. It is now 7-6 DC's favor. At number 16 is Age of X-Men Prisoner of X number 3. It is now 7-7, tied up. Number 17 brings us War of Realms Strike Force, the Dark Elf Realm number 1. It is now 8-7 in Marvel's favor. At number 18, we have Age of Rebellion Han Solo number 1. It is now 9-7 in Marvel's favor. At number 19, we have The Dreaming number 9. It is now 9-8 in Marvel's favor. And at number 20 is Dead Man Logan number 7. It is 10-8 in Marvel's favor. They win the digital week. And as a DC fan, gosh darn it. I knew they would, though. For it just happens when you spread it out there. Marvel owns it, but they didn't win it by much. And it was kind of upset by the Image Comics that popped in there. We had 2 this week, which is kind of a big deal. Normally, we don't have that many. If you stretch it out another couple, though, the next one was Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, and then Giant Days from Image Comics, and then The Punisher. So DC Comics lost heartily when they spread it out, or when I spread it out to the top 20, although it's a dubious win for Marvel because DC did own the top 10. Anyway, gang, that is the countdown. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think was too high on the list? What do you think was too low on the list? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to click like and share and subscribe if you haven't done it already, and don't forget to press or ring that notification bell. Don't want you to miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. Also, if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Ko-Fi or to Patreon. Drop $1 in the till and help us keep the lights on. Help us keep making videos for you. Or click on the Amazon store we've got going on. Maybe you'll find something to buy, and that'll help support the store as well. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done all of that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.